All right, so I want to talk about a topic of one-sided stories. So this came up a couple times at work. It comes up often, actually, specifically with regards to leadership. You should never take a story at face value. It should be a rare occasion if you do. I say that to say this. If the CEO of the company comes down and says, "Hey, team leader, one of your team members did X, Y, Z, and that's completely wrong, and they suck, they suck, they suck." Okay, got it. Thanks. What you should do with that story is go back to employee X or back to that team and have a discussion versus an accusation. Just because the person is a CEO doesn't mean they're right, and just because the person is a technician or an employee doesn't mean they're wrong. So again, don't take those stories at face value. Oftentimes, leaders will want to please their superiors by taking their story as the gospel. If we're switching that to the military side, there's some people that feel that if folks are higher ranking, then they must be telling the truth. Not the case. So if the 4-star comes down and says something happened, get the facts before you go scolding your folks or before you go disciplining people or before you go changing processes, because the message may have been received by the 4-star incorrectly. So, or something may have been perceived incorrectly. So again, it is better to get to the bottom of a topic or a subject before going straight into accusation mode. That's a real quick way for people to lose respect for you. I had that happen to me a couple of times. I had leadership come down and say, "Hey, you know, Colonel so and so said your team did this, and this." Okay, I'll look into it. And I go look into it. Turns out that was not the case. It actually was Colonel so and so who wasn't doing what they were supposed to do. When my team told them about it, the colonel said, "Oh, I'm too busy. I'm in charge. I don't have time to do those things." But then spun that information to other folks who then come into my folks and then to me, accusing us of wrongdoing. So again, as leaders, I just want to say be careful of taking one-sided stories. You should almost never take a story at face value. You should almost never take a story as the gospel, especially if you weren't there to witness it and if it's just one-sided. Get all sides of the story or as many sides as you can in the time permitted, and execute and make a proper decision versus running to your folks and accusing them, because doing that, you will not be respected, and that's a quick way to burn bridges in whatever field you're in. That's all I got for now. Thanks for stopping by. Restored Valor.